If you often get angry over small things, have a very short temper, and experience emotional instability, if others don't meet your expectations, you get angry and feel wronged. From a psychological perspective, it's not because you have a bad temper, it's because you've been through a lot of pain and disappointment, and you've learned to use aggression as a way to protect yourself. From a psychological perspective, there's a personality trait known as emotional dysregulation. This type of personality often appears in our parents. They tend to have extreme emotional responses, cannot communicate calmly, and often speak in anger, even when they're trying to show concern. Their words are sharp and filled with tension, and the closer they are to you, the worse their attitude becomes. However, they are often polite and gentle with strangers, appearing rational and reliable. From a psychological standpoint, this tough-at-home behavior often stems from having experienced neglect and harsh treatment during their upbringing. In other words, your parents' family background wasn't ideal, which led to distorted ways of dealing with close relationships. But unlike narcissistic people, who deliberately hurt others out of arrogance and self-importance, those with emotional dysregulation are not intentionally malicious. Their outbursts are not meant to harm others. They just don't know how to express themselves any other way. As a child, you may have frequently been criticized, belittled, and denied. When parents hurt their children too much, it leads to deep emotional scars and anger. The reason you're so easily triggered to anger is also because such parents often set very high expectations for their children. The child could be trying their best, but they can never meet those expectations, and they're never truly acknowledged or validated. Instead, they face disappointment, neglect, and coldness. This makes the child feel powerless and hopeless. They feel disappointed in themselves, look down on themselves, hate their own inadequacies, and don't love themselves. As they grow older, this emotional weight accumulates: resentment, anger, and frustration. Subconsciously, they feel deep helplessness and despair, which is stored in their bodily memory, constantly influencing their emotions. The moment there's a trigger, their temper can easily explode. Another reason is the person you're dealing with at the moment. If this person is wrong, they might be pushing you toward anger. For instance, if your partner has an avoidant attachment style, or is someone who just doesn't understand you, they might not provide enough emotional support. In fact, during conflicts, they might refuse to communicate and won't cooperate no matter what you ask of them. It might take you getting angry for them to make any change. Over time, you might develop the habit of using anger to achieve your goals. So if you want emotional stability, you need to open your heart and look at your wounded inner child. By soothing the wounds of your inner child, you can rebuild a sense of safety, presence, and self-worth. This will help you create a safe, powerful inner world. Once your inner child is soothed, what others say or do won't affect you. The reason you used to get angry so easily was that your inner self had wounds. That's why the salt others poured on your wounds would hurt so much.